Assalamu alaikum, viewers. How are you? Okay, in today's session, we are going to automate this thing, because when we run the summary, as we did in our previous video, that when we run the summary, it blanks out everything, and it just creates two columns. Then you have to manually extend it to the appropriate column range. So since the figures are until June, right? So you have to restrict this until June, right? So why not? It should be automated. Let's automate it so that it automatically decides how many columns are required, and these are, we don't have to do it manually, right? So let's see how we can do it with quickly, right? And we take you to the other sheet we have developed, right? So this is, if you see in the project PO detail sheet, we have added a July figures as well, right? It was actually June, but we changed it to July. If I can do this, I can do this, yeah. No, so let's get back to our sheet, yeah. Here, it was actually 25th of June, but we have just to check that it adjusts automatically. A new column is automatically comes in the report or not. So we have made the change in here, and we click here. So it automates, it restricts itself to July, right? So let's make it June back. Let's make it 25th, make it 1 day ahead, right? Yeah, that is 25th of June, right? And this is the same thing, right? Control F2, right? So we have made it back, undo. We have to do it undo. We want this to be June, like this, Jun. Yeah. And that's how. So we have changed it. So let's try it. So it should now get rid of this extra column, and it will come back to the right width, that is June. That's right. Okay. So when you change it to, you have the records for other months as well. So you can the system should automatically do it. So how we did it? So let me show you in the code. We go to the code by right-clicking on it, assign the macro, and then we do edit. So this is how it is working, and here we have done this loop function, that we will put a breakpoint here so that you know that how it does, right? So let's go there and click here, right? So okay, so now what it is doing is that it is determining automatically that how many columns are required. How many columns are required, and for this it is using this row data, D2 and then E2 and so on and so forth, right? And then it, as soon as it completes its job, then it picks the column name. What is the column range, right? So let's play it here, right? So it has now exited from this loop. This loop was what is doing? It was writing the dates, 1st of January, the next is 1st of February, the next is 1st of March, April, May, June, right? July was extra, this is extra, that's nothing to do with this, okay? So then July, okay, June, July, right. Now, now it is going to check that what is the last column cell address would be, F8. So it is going to be I. If you see the I is June. You see, I is, it has automatically and rightly, it has seen how it did it. It has seen it in the do while loop. It has been counting how many columns, and then at the it came up with the last column, I2, right? In the I2, it is now picking the column, and that is I, right? I3 will be the column, and that will be used to write the formula, right? And let's play it, right? F8. So last column was determine address, and this is going to be used later on, right? So yeah, you see last column address, I. So that's good. So it has written all this formula that writes the labels of the columns, right? And then it writes the products, and it writes all the products. It has brought all the products, Okay. Now it is writing the sum formula for the range until I. It will not go other than I because it knows that the data is maximum required until the I. Right. So this is how it has completed the report. Next is it is now judging that whether the amount. Now here it will write that whether the amounts or quantity, amounts, because we have our choice was one, so not the quantities. The next is it is doing the sum totals, the sum totals on the top, and next is it is doing the copy, right? It is copying it. And next is it is doing the monthly summary report, right? Monthly summary for this is the formatting is done, right? The copy of this formula, so that all the formats are also done. So this is ready. So you don't have to do any manual adjustment into the code, or to do it. It will automatically make determine how many columns are required here. So let's run it again. So for example, quantities, okay, these are the quantity until the June, right? If we add, for example, we add here July, we make it 25 July instead of June, right? Right. And we have also to make it June to July, Control F. And then June replace with July, right? Replace all within the selection. Within the selection, it has to be within the selection, right? Okay. Yeah, we have selected it. This is this. Replace all. Wow, that's it. Okay. So now we go and see, and we have to run it so that the July column is appeared. Yeah, July column is appeared, and only few quantities which were marked with July, yes, and they are appearing, right? So 45 are these quantities, right? That's fine. Well, summing of the quantities does not make it. This quantity will be meaningful if it is we use with the amounts, right? Yeah, this is the amount. Amount is fine. It is okay. Right. So this is how we have completed it, this session. And in the next video, inshallah, we are going to take a new look of the summary that is supplier wise. The summary, until now we have been focusing on the product wise summary. Next video we are planning that we show you how the supplier wise summary can be managed within the same sheet, or we can decide to have a separate sheet. Thank you very much for watching.